What makes the ultimate Nuzlocke? Epic battles? Vicious difficulty? Triumph over adversity? No. More rules! Welcome to something extremely stupid. The Rules Lock will continuously accumulate more and more rules. From banning types and core mechanics to mandatory pirate impressions. Which sounds dumb only because it is, but if I break any of these rules, it could spell the end of the run. Can I survive this onslaught of rules and regulations? Or will I be crushed under my rule-breaking ways? Or maybe I'll just play like dog shit and lose regularly, but probably not that one. So lock in, everybody, and get those red pens ready, cause it's time for a Nuzlocke with far too many rules. And if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Arguably, we have a lot of fun here. If you like the video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Maybe leave a comment below about what kind of rule you'd add to this monstrosity. Also, make sure to check out my Twitch. It's where all the shenanigans you're about to see were recorded. So without further ado, let the rules commence. Our adventure begins in the sleepy little town of some British place, where the grass is green and the cutscenes are long and unskippable. The rules are simple here. I know. Boring. Let's spice it up. You see, the original Nuzlocke rules are simple. Permadeath, limited encounters, and mandatory nicknames. Oh, we can do better. Introducing the wheels. Normal, hard, goofy. And for every milestone in the playthrough, chat voted on which of these wheels to spin. So I think you could see how this gets out of hand very quickly. Speaking of which, starting a Pokemon journey's an awfully big milestone, wouldn't you say? Rule number 1. Here are the 3 adorable little bastards with disappointing third evolutions, and I'm not gonna use a single one, because the first rule of the rule lock with too many rules is that I can't use any of these starters. I need to go to the chat and get an egg. Don't f me. With rule number 1 immortalized on the rule board, we acquired our temporary starter. An awfully big milestone, you might say, huh? Rule number 2. And my chat, being largely comprised of silly fucking billies, went for a goofy rule for their first official vote. No! I must compliment Hop every time I see him. He needs this. He does need this, okay? Poor Hop, you're looking up to the wrong man, but I'll stifle that rant for a bit longer. But even though this is in fact a very goofy rule, now if I fail to compliment Hop every time I see him, it could have very ungoofy consequences. So, Hop, my buddy, have I mentioned that your ability to house that much food is impressive? Look, the rules don't specify how good the compliment has to be, all right? And just like that, we beat Hop in our first ever rival battle. An awfully big milestone. But chat can't double up on one rule wheel. I mean, that's just the rules. So chat takes off the goofy gloves and we get a hard rule. Okay. We are starting off strong. All right, so Sobble can't use water gun anymore. That's rough, that's so rough for the beginning of the game. All right, my Pokemon can't use their primary type's moves, no big deal. And it's not like I immediately forgot that rule or anything. Let's go for a water gun here. Oh no, I f***ed up. I broke a rule immediately. I broke a rule immediately. Wasn't even 60 seconds. Wasn't even 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, I know it has water in the name. You just use water gun. Okay, I thought I was, okay, everybody wants to be a master, all right. Delicious. Delicious. I thrive. It's on the other side. Yeah, shut up. This is gonna be a tough one. So into the woods we go where we meet the local elder god. And we definitely don't break any more rules in the process. All right, let's fight it up, baby. I almost did it again. Also, Hop, I think that your hair actually looks pretty good. So we get kicked out of Silent Hill, and as Leon bravely lands on the scene, I don't think I can stifle this rant any longer. Okay, so we need to get this out of the way real quick. He's wearing shorts with leggings, he has a cape covered in NASCAR sponsorships, he has a sword that looks like a tie on his jersey, his beard. Don't even get me started on his beard. I feel like the entire Generation 8 is gaslighting me because they're like, he's so cool. And I'm like, are we looking at the same dude? Look, I know he's good. I know he's undefeated.
defeated. But could it be that nobody's used level 60 plus Pokemon on him? I just think we need to talk about this.
All right, well, with that out of the way, let's play the actual game. As we embark on our adventure with far too many rules, our first encounter is Pixel the Blipbug. Consequently, all of his moves are against the rules. So one day you'll do something, Pixel, just not today. But I do manage to get a Rookie D on Route 2, who has some excellent non-stab moves. So welcome Lance-a-Little to the team. And you know what time it is? It's time to beat up Kids for Money! And we win our very first trainer battle. Quite the milestone, you might say. This time, chat goes for a normal rule and we get no gift Pokemon or in-game trades. Which means we can't snag the Toxel or any of these abominations, but hey, after the luck I've been having, I'll take it. Hop challenges us to another battle, and I admire your grit for challenging me again. But I don't need stab moves to slap the ever-loving crap out of Hop's team as I win another rival match. I mean, do I even need to say it at this point? And my chat's silly f***ing Billy factor is as strong as ever as we go for another goofy rule, but this one's different.
Are you kidding me? How much time do you have?
I'm gonna be honest, this rule? Ooh, hate this rule. Well, time to make some decisions about character voices.
Hop, you've always tended to get caught up in things like how you throw your Pokeball out. Honestly, I've been worried about you still obsessing over that sort of nonsense. I couldn't understand where you've got being so hung up on image. I'm disappointed in you. I attained a gift from Jesus. Hooray! He is risen. All right, I'm not gonna read all the item descriptions though, all right? You can f off with that. Y'all want me to lose my voice. They say wishing stars fall down for those who have a true wish in their heart, you know. I'll be the greatest trainer ever. Oh, Hop. I guess the wishes aren't really delivered in the way that you actually wish for them. That's good to know.
But as annoying as this rule was, my steel trap of a mind was not about to let so stupid and silly a rule mess me up. Just kidding, it happened immediately.
Need a fail-proof trick? Press the left stick. Hooray! I didn't read that dialogue. Well, I have one ready.
I'm starting to think this wheel is weighted, but one lemon later, our journey could truly begin, as we trade with Turbo Turbs in the chat to get our official starter. I'd like to say thank you, but we'll see. I compliment Hop on his sunny disposition, and we proceed to disassociate on our phones towards adventure. And at long last, we arrive to a brave new world that somehow isn't held back by the Switch hardware. Welcome to the Wild Area. An untamed wonderland brimming with unreasonably strong Pokemon, primordial caves that somehow don't have roofs, men with abs, and absolutely shit weather. Pretty sure my uncle has a timeshare here too. And it's home to a massive 17 different areas. But sadly, this is not a Nuzlocker's shopping spree. I'll get one encounter now and one for each gym I beat. And so out of the hundreds of Pokemon scattering this landscape, I get a puppy! Whose stab moves are banned by the rules. Yours are. So welcome, Woodsworth. But before I could even give this good boy pets, our starter egg began to hatch. I looked on, butthole clenched. Come on, what did you give me, Turbo?
That's a pretty good guy. I don't like the look in his eyes, but all things considered, chef's kiss. Thank you, Turbo. It's a guy. It's a man.
As you might be able to tell from the confused look in my eye, I've never really looked twice at Cramoran. I don't really trust the way that he blinks, but I guess he's my son now and I love him. So welcome to the team, Scrabble. Plus he's got a dual typing so I can actually use Water Gun now. With a new confidence in my step, we set out towards the horizon and I immediately broke a rule.
How about you? Won't anybody battle me? No, I don't want to fight people that are strong, because I don't have a strong team right now.
Oh, would you look at that? I didn't read a small piece of dialogue. Guess I'm a criminal. No!
Are you kidding me? Oh. All right, this is my life now. There we go. I just gotta comb it out a little bit. It'll work out, yeah. This feels bad. This feels bad, everybody. I guess better than releasing a Pokemon, but I don't actually know if that's true. Oh, I don't feel right.
As my chat came up with alter ego names like Poseidon at work, I took the team camping to raise morale.
I have ball? I throw ball. Anybody want ball? Lance-a-little! Lance-a-little, bring me ball! Oh my god, receive the ball! Go! What is this, the best game ever made? Okay. Was there more game to this? Because I don't think there needs to be any.
Now knowing that I would be devastated if I lost anyone, we continued on, engaging in the time-honored tradition of beating up wildlife for profit, which gave Pixel enough experience to evolve, which not only means I can actually use psychic moves now, but it's also the team's first evolution. An awfully big milestone, you might say. And sure enough, chat votes for another goofy rule.
Funerals must be held for fallen Pokemon.
Well, that rule's probably never gonna come into play, so don't worry about it. Oh yeah, and I immediately broke the dialogue rule again. Turns out that one's pretty hard to focus on.
God, I signed up for this. I wanted this.
But hold it. For better or for worse, my chat has a special power. Once per stream, one chatter can cash in their channel points to re-roll a rule, much like that dialogue rule. And Lost Heroes 13 liberates me and my vocal cords from 15 streams of audiobooks as we re-roll the goofy wheel. And our replacement rule is... oh. Okay. Yep, it's gonna be the goofy rules that get me killed. But with the rules evolved and the team leveled up and alphabetized, we were ready for the next step. Literally progressing it all. Welcome to Motostoke City, a place of opportunity, culture, and gears. And what do all those gears do? Shut up. This is where we enter the Pokemon League and something achieve greatness. We rise to the upper city on an elevator that OSHA surely did not approve of. Oh, and Hop's here, 1 second.
Hop, I think you have pretty good posture. Pretty good posture. You're not gonna have a lot of problems when you get older.
Then we have a fateful meeting with rival number 2, who proceeds to ignore us. If only they'd keep doing that. But before we can talk to rival number 3, Team Yell. What can be said about Team Yell? Jobless, pointless. Main use in the game is traffic cones, Jack Skellington tailgate party, an embarrassment to the other evil teams, even Team Star. Or maybe that I've had dropped frames more inconvenient or plot relevant. I guess those are some of the things I could say, but this is already gonna be a long video, so let's move on, because Hulk and Psyduck in the chat just redeemed a re-roll of a rule, and we're re-rolling the stab move limitations. And unlike Team Yell, this rule's gonna matter, because now we're playing with the hardcore rule set, meaning no healing items in battle, strict level caps, and playing in set mode, meaning no free switches between opponents' Pokemon. But I can use stab moves, as long as they're alphabetically ordered. So we say hello to rival number 3, and it's time for the opening ceremony.
Do you feel it, everybody? Do you feel it in the air? Look at all these people that somehow have better frame rates than Generation 9. Do you feel it in the air? This man, trustworthy. His evil sorceress, trustworthy. Let's look at these weirdos, hotties, and miscreants. Look at them. Then there's the one in the back. And then there's the one in the back. I never understood this. We just walk into the, we walk into the stadium. We all look at the gym leaders, and then we go home. Did people buy tickets for this? That was a big stadium.
But at least Hop was moved by the ceremony because he challenges me to another rival battle. Oh wait, but first.
Hop, I think you look strong enough to do plenty push-ups. There you go, that's a compliment that I gave him.
And of course Scrabble makes short work of his team, but a rival battle is a pretty big milestone.
Oh no. Pokemon must be what? Pokemon must be what? Named after K-pop bands. I guess we're renaming the team.
Certainly would be a shame if anybody was just starting to remember the names of these guys. Ah well, time for a makeover montage. Scrabbles? Nah, you're BTS. Pixel, you're Super Junior, cause goddammit, that's my era. Crank up the tempo, Lance, a little, cause you're EXO. And Woodsworth, you're New Jeans. And I'll Google jokes and references for you later, cause on the road, Blackpink was in our area. We also run into Boy Next Door and Baby Monster, just in time for the grass gym. And with a cast this star-studded, it's finally time to battle Vegeta's non-binary cousin, Bede. But Super Junior's not sorry to crush Bede's team.
You're so mad. What are you so mad about? Are you mad at the fact that I kicked your fucking ass? Are you mad that you lost so bad after thinking you were so cool? God, that'd be embarrassing.
And Exo even evolves. Guess we can't call him baby anymore, huh? And with another rival fight in the books, it's rule time. And with a normal rule, I get no misclicks. Meaning if I accidentally hit the wrong move in battle, not only will I have fucked up regularly, but it'll be a punishment wheel. Good thing I'm way too good at this game to do that. I catch a cutie fly outside the cave and you know I gotta name it Itzy. And just like that, it's time to step up to our first ever gym challenge. An awfully big milestone, you might say. And hey, would you look at that? Chad chose another goofy rule.
Midwestern Goodbyes, which means that I need to say goodbye every time I exit a building and say something polite. And if I don't, boy howdy, there's gonna be heck to pay.
You see, folks from the Midwest, like myself, struggle with goodbyes that are less than 30 minutes. And now, so does our playthrough. Now, if you think these rules are stupid, you're correct. But this is one of the biggest dangers in our Nuzlocke with too many rules. Death by 1,000 goofy cuts. Because hey, look at that. Boy Next Door's moves weren't alphabetized. Maybe Exo's either. So,
this is good, this feels good. Oh, this is not good. You know, you use your other eye a lot. You use that eye a lot.
And it turns out that eye patch was really scrambling my brain because I immediately broke another rule.
I mean, I'm wearing contacts right now, but... All right, I didn't say goodbye. Cool. What's my second punishment? 11 and an onion? Why is it all the bite-related ones? Okay, cool. I'm gonna give you a big meaty one, all right? Okay? So make sure you subscribe. Okay. Oh, it's spicy. It's very spicy when you bite it right out in the onion.
Round 2, baby.
Hey, wouldn't you know it didn't take away the onion flavor and they just fused? I'm like Remy from Ratatouille, except the flavors aren't really doing it for me, bro. Oh.
You know, there's gonna come a point in this video where I will wish for punishments as easy as these. But for now, the gym challenge awaits. It's sheep chasing time, the ancient rite of strength that has everything to do with grass Pokemon. Many have tried. Most have succeeded. Only then are you worthy to face down Milo. All man, no nose. And so I step up to give Milo a woolly whomping. Super Junior gets a light screen up and takes out Gossifleur, no problem. But then Milo brings in his ace and uses what I think canonically we're going with his space magic. Not 100% sure, but what's important is he has a big guy now. But we've got space magic of our own. It's not against the rules yet. So Super Junior tanks Eldegoss's hits and whittles it away by chucking butterflies at him. Violence has never been so beautiful. Once we both run out of space juice, Exo comes in to finish the match with the love shot, winning us our first gym badge. But you know we can't leave without a proper Midwestern goodbye.
All right, everybody, this has been great. Hey, Ball Guy, I'll make sure to check out your podcast, Ball Guy. Remember Tuesday, I was gonna, so check your mail on Tuesday because I was gonna send a care package. All right, see you guys, goodbye. See, I didn't break the rule because I'm so good at Nuzlocke.
This might be one of the dumbest things I've made. And speaking of which, it's almost 20 minutes into the video and we've only got one badge, so let's kick it up a notch. We get 2 encounters on the way to the next badge. 17 on round 5, and we meet Rose at the Apatu. And by that I mean the wild area. I run into Team Yell on a bridge and I think they're trying to steal bigger safety pins or something. I don't care. So I beat them up and a nice man gives me a bicycle. And I guess that's a big milestone. At least chat thought so.
The next encounter is on the team until it dies. Okay, all right then.
Well, we will deal with that as it goes. And wouldn't you know, Hop was waiting for a battle on the bridge too. Great, another milestone. And Hop, you are light in these dark times. And big surprise, another goofy rule. And I have to tell all gym leaders that Milo is cooler than them? My chat was oddly obsessed with this nasally challenged himbo, and while I don't necessarily get it, the rules are the rules. Everyone else kneel before the king, I guess. And so we make it to the town of Hullabaloo, where we meet Nessa. But I just can't help but say,
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Water types? They're not grass. I bet you don't have a single Wooloo in your gym. I bet you don't.
But I guess getting to our second gym is a pretty big milestone. And this rule could be a big one, as I have to ban an entire egg group of Pokemon. And as the wheel narrowly avoids the 247 Pokemon in field group, I get Mineral. And while this is better, it bans a whopping 69 Pokemon. And first of all, yes, nice, but that also includes Baby Monster. I'll count my lucky stars where they happen, but I feel like this box is gonna get bigger. And as I prepare for the gym, I break the Midwestern Goodbye rule as I leave a house in town. And my punishment is playing a board of Minesweeper. Wait, how does this work again? But several hours later, I leave the Pokemon Center as we head towards our second gym challenge. Wait, I didn't say goodbye. God, this rule's gonna kill me.
5 minutes with what?
We're about to do the gym! That's right. Yeah, they have little dice on them. What about it? They're adorable. Get ready, because this is gonna be some adorable suffering, because I gotta do the gym like this.
Hi, ball guy. I'm getting to you eventually. Here we go. Okay, all right. You're moving around pretty quick there, ball guy. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in harder than you've ever locked in. Renegade Platinum was nothing. This is good. I hope there's not a lot of skill-based puzzles. Oh, cool. That's fine. Okay, all right. Ooh, okay, moving already, are we? Yes, I've got it. I've got the technique. I've just now discovered it. Okay, fight. Gig train. I'll be there in a minute. I'm on the way, lady. There we go. All right. Sausage fingers, come now and obey me. Now I defeated all the trainers, so I can wander around like a little doof. Yes, yes. Okay, we got it, everybody. We did it. We are headed towards greatness. Let me save. Did it.
I finally take off those godforsaken mitts and I evolve Rosé. And I step up to challenge Nessa. And it's game start with Rosé. And Rosé might be a little bit too strong for Nessa.
I think Rosé just kind of wins here. I'm sorry that you got the team out blowing wind into your hair, but sadly I think Rosé is just a little busted for your team here, buddy.
And it's time for everybody's favorite pastime, a 40-second cutscene leading up to one brutal one-shot from Rosé. And just like that, we're on our way. After a polite goodbye, of course. And according to rule number 10, our next encounter will be on the team until it's death. So I go to the wild area hoping to find a ghost type. And I get this adorable little disappointment. Welp, girls' generation, I guess you and I are stuck together. And strangely, we didn't catch anything in Galar Mine number 2. Must not have been any Pokemon there. I mean, you could subscribe to the VOD channel to see the whole adventure, but you probably wouldn't see anything here.
I don't want to talk about it.
And Bede, cleverly using the pink of the cave as camouflage, surprised us for a battle. And we beat the adorable crap out of their adorable team. An adorable milestone, you might say. And as sure as the day is long, chat voted for another goofy rule.
I don't know what I expected by trusting my community to make these rolls. But I put my trust very well.
And speaking of goofy rules, as we head to the next town, chat re-rolls the K-pop rule. So now whenever I see a duck Pokemon, I have to do this. And at this point, that makes about as much sense as anything else does. And since we're back to the Wild West of naming, we name a Krogunk we catch outside Frogglesworth. For the record though, I would listen to that K-pop group. And hey, wow, would you look at the time? It's the part of the video where a bunch of bad stuff happens because of my own foolishness. Well, let me get that queued right up. Hey, remember how Girls' Generation was supposed to stay in the party until her death? Yeah, I was organizing the boxes and I forgot that. And thusly, my hair gets parted to the wrong side again. Also, hey, how did those moves get out of alphabetical order? Oh, somebody must have gone in and, yeah, it was me. Oh, this punishment's a doozy. All right, let's get this over with.
Honestly, the outfits, the face paint, their blind support of the person that they love that doesn't love them back. Such a tragic love story, so cool. If anyone has played any Pokemon game before and they think that there's a better criminal team out there, they're wrong. They're wrong. They're so cool.
And as I bury the memory of ever having said that, Frogglesworth and Exo land at the level cap, so I pop them out of the team so I can still use them for Kabu. And with a team of 4, Marnie was waiting for me. And Marnie came to play with Morpeko. I didn't know. She had Satan on her team. I bring in Boy Next Door thinking easy dub, but not only does this thing hit hard, it gets 2 flinches in a row. Crap. New Jeans comes in with the Intimidate, but it's not enough, as Satan Chu takes New Jeans out. But it gives Girls' Generation a chance to come in safe. And so she goes for the finishing... Oh, that was a crit, huh? Okay, new plan. We're gonna pivot magic around to get Boy Next Door in for one final strike. And I barely take out Pikastopheles. BTS comes in clutch to knock out her final pants lizard, as the run barely survives. Thanks to New Jeans. We hold a brief yet beautiful service as per the rules. Gone, but literally not forgotten.
Now that Marnie killed my dog, I guess we can keep going. Cool.
And with a rival battle done and a gym on the horizon, that's a pretty big set of milestones. And we get ban a type. And this could have huge consequences. But it doesn't. Sorry, 17, but that was about as lucky as I could have gotten. And for rule number 15, we get... mandatory small talk when the weather changes. I may as well start rolling the punishment wheel now. But let's lock in, because it's time for our third gym challenge. And this challenge in particular offers something insanely valuable, an encounter. And praise Bug Jesus. But in this challenge, another trainer is next to you trying to mess you up, so I go for a huge gamble and immediately hurl a ball. And we catch the crispy little bacon. Thank you, Bug Jesus. And even though the K-pop rule is gone, in honor of New Jeans, I decide to name Sizzly Pede K-pop sensation Bruno Mars. And so we enter the burning ring of fire to challenge Kabu. And while Kabu is desperately trying to land a burn, Boy Next Door and BTS absolutely obliterate his team, winning us our third gym badge. Hey, don't be bummed, Kabu. If you need any tips on battling, why don't you ask Milo? Kabu? And one Midwestern goodbye later, we head back into the wild area with Hop. Oh, and would you look at the weather?
So Hop, how about this rain, right? It's crazy. Nobody has umbrellas. Isn't that wild that it rains so much here and nobody's carrying umbrellas? What, it's just the parasol girls? Isn't that wild? Isn't that crazy that it's just the parasol girls? Cold out today.
What a supportive friend. Bede shows up to beat the ever-loving crap out of Hop, and in so doing commences Hop's dark descent into inadequacy, doubt, despair, woe, and misery. But for us, it's onwards towards adventure. And along the way, a Sneasel corners us, so welcome Cold to go to the team. Also, Chat swaps out the gift Pokemon rule for this. So now, Chat chooses my lead for every boss fight.
What if instead of not being cool, what if we were cool? Wouldn't that be crazy? I know, crazy idea. Wouldn't it really get me? Wouldn't it get my goat so good if you were cool about this?
Bruno Mars evolves into his final fiery mustached form, and I have no idea why, but I love this bastard. By all measures, he should be horrifying. But he gets a pass from me for some reason. I don't know why, but this is my son. Also, fun fact, the wild area changes weather every alternate step, so I'm doing a lot of small talk. But after long last, we finally make it to Hammerlock City, where everyone's like really into castles. Bede and the Bezos buddies are doing something, but paying attention to them isn't in my rulebook, so I go shopping. Looking fresh, I hit the road. Along the way, Team Yell is trying to help a snake sleep by yelling? My brain hurts when I look at these people. And seconds later, I catch possibly that very same snake in the grass. But, don't get attached to Snack. Girls' Generation and Boy Next Door both evolve. And honestly, slay. Also, Chat swaps out the egg group ban for a different hard rule. But hey, didn't you know it could always get worse? Because now I can't buy potions or Pokeballs. But I guess I can look fashionable while my current resources quickly dwindle. Why did I trust my community to make some of these rules? But with the gift Pokemon rule also having been removed, I'm able to get this broken abomination. I seriously have no idea what I'm looking at, but welcome, Mr. Chomples. And with that, we make it to Stow-on-Side City, where I run into Existential Crisis Hop. And Hop, I've gotta say, you have impeccable taste in Pokemon. But BTS is the superior no-thoughts head-empty bird. Sidebar, it was a really bold choice for Cramorant to canonically feast on the mascot of the entire Pokemon empire. Honestly, I respect it. I beat Hop because, of course I do. And with a rival fight done and a gym on the horizon, you know what time it is. But this rule would have dire consequences. Oh no. Oh no. Our sweet little blank-eyed baby BTS and EXO, not only banned, not even real, whatever that means. Just before one of the hardest gym matches in the game? Crap. And when I'm at my lowest, the Goofy Wheel goes in for the kill.
No, come on, who do I need to compliment now? This belongs on the punishment wheel. What is this doing here? This is a punishment.
And in my grief, I forget yet another Midwestern goodbye. I'm starting to understand how those grocery store lobsters feel. But gloves or no, birds or not, I get the team as ready as we'll ever be for the next challenge. Spooky teacups. You know, of all the dumb and pointless gym tests I've had to endure over my years of Pokemon, this one, I love. Is there a way to fail? Who cares? It's Spooky Teacups. Am I even playing? Who cares? It's Spooky Teacups. Is this a metaphor for the illusion of choice as we futilely spin in the teacups of our lives? As the cruel hands of fate twist and turn in ways that our weak and feeble mortal minds could never truly comprehend. Who cares? It's Spooky Teacups! And as my fate hangs in the balance, I step into the spooky arena to face Alistair. And as chat preordained by vote, I open with Bruno Mars, who sets up for a brutal sweep by spinning in a little circle. And he easily takes out Alistair's first 2 Pokemon. But his Mimikyu is able to tank a huge amount of punishment as it lands a critical hit against 16 Grammy Award-winning superstar Bruno Mars, leaving Bruno vulnerable just as Alistair brings out the biggest threat on his team. Uh-oh.
Crap, 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 crap.
I send out Baby Monster, who actually manages to tank a hit. But, haha, fun fact, Max Ooze ups your special attack. So, crap. Gengar takes out Baby Monster with yet another Max Ooze, leaving this enormous edgelord at double special attack. I have no choice left but to take him cold to go, who outspeeds Gengar and almost takes him out. Almost. Cold to Go sadly falls to Gengar's big, gross ooze as well, leaving it with 2.5 special attack, leaving everything on the non-existent shoulders of Mr. Chomples. But in true Chomples nature, they manage to stay alive despite all odds in basic biology, as they chomp our way to victory, turning the tides of fate and winning us our 4th gym badge. And one more thing.
All right, here's my Midwestern goodbye. Thanks for murdering 2 of my Pokemon. I'll see you later, I guess. Great.
I rolled out of there faster than a Wooloo down an exit ramp. Hang on. Wooloo? Oh crap, I forgot to tell Alistair that Milo is better than him! Well, that's probably fine. So long to Razorleaf, I guess. We hold a brief yet moving copy and paste service for our fallen heroes.
Gonna get kinda crowded. Down here.
I spruce up the old graveyard as outside beat is defacing this hideous mural for assumedly profit. So we kick their butt and something Gen 8 lore. What's important is that was a rival battle. And oh boy, might be getting more crowded down here, huh? Also, chat swaps out the fashion rule for another hard rule. So now I have to wonder trade 1 Pokemon from the team after every gym battle. Oh boy. Also, there's no way to sugarcoat what comes next. I goofed a lot. Like I bungled a lot of things in rapid succession. So, let's play a game. See how many mistakes you can count in the following garbage fire. Exterior, night. For our next encounter, I catch a Rangaroo and name him King Louie. As we enter the new gym, our next rule is a goofy rule that, to this day, remains the bane of my existence. That I must apologize to every trainer I beat. I enter the gym challenge with my new best friend, King Louie, and we start tearing it up, making sure to neg Opal in the process.
It seems like you might be looking for something because you're holding auditions. I would say look at Milo's gym. Because that's the standard. That's the standard, I would say. Nowadays, that's the standard.
And the team beats all 3 gym trainers and passes the gym test. Hooray for teamwork. Did you spot any mistakes? Let's count them. Normal types are banned. Oh, hi, King Louie. And wouldn't you know it, your moves aren't alphabetized. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, those 3 trainers I beat in the gym. I didn't apologize to any of them. This is a living nightmare. Well, I better buckle up. Here come the consequences of my actions.
I'm gonna have to start keeping a list of all the punishments that I need to do once I get out of this horrible place. Why? Why does this have to happen so much? No. Not another one. No. Okay. All right, easy. Yeah, all right, great. Spin the wheel, baby. No food Pokemon. I don't think I have any of those. Serena's not food. Serena's a flower.
Oh, fruit Pokemon, crap baskets. Fruit's food.
I'm a wreck. My hair's parted the wrong way and I just got 5 punishments or whatever. Okay, that would mean that that rule takes precedence over the rule that came before it. So now Serena is banned and doesn't need to be in the party. What am I gonna do about this? I'm a mess right now. Louie's banned, everyone is banned. So a lot is gonna happen right now, and we're gonna break it down step by step, easy peasy. This is all gonna be so above board.
All right, here's what's happening. King Louie, redacted. Banned Pokemon can't be encounters. Girl's generation is apparently food, and even though I don't really see it, she's banned. The 2 party members I have to release are Blackpink and Frogglesworth. They're going to a better place, trust me. And I immediately forget a Midwestern Goodbye breaking the rules again, but this time, that's good. Do I sound crazy yet? Stay with me, because I get add a normal rule again. But this rule actually helps, because in place of King Louie, our encounter is a trade from T-Dog in the chat who gives us a steel type just before the fairy gym. Welcome, Invisible. And I go out and catch Pinchy Pal in the wild area. I think we can actually turn this around. Small setback. Didn't talk about the weather as it was changing in the wild area, so crap. So I need to release Itzy. This box is getting awfully vacant. But now's not the time to worry about our growing rule-born madness, because it's time to beat the crap out of Grandma. So Glam Glam opens up with Dapper Wheezing, and Bruno Mars can't quite take it down, so in comes Invisible. And Opal's fight has this weird gimmick where you answer questions, and by that I mean lying, and you get insane stat boosts. So Invisible takes out her team until she brings out her Lucky Charm Cake of Doom. But leaving cake out is how you get ants. Since we can't Dynamax anymore, Invisible is the perfect counter. She just leaves, she just digs a hole. She's gonna wait in the hole until things are safe. This way, Invisible only has to tank 1 hit before all 3 turns of Alcremie's Gigantamax are done, allowing Rose to come in and KO those extra calories as we defeat our 5th gym leader.
And I'm so sorry about beating you.
And according to rule number 12, I need to Wonder Trade a Pokemon after each gym. And these calls are never gonna be easy, but after a lot of deliberation, I decide to send our faithful companion Super Junior to a better place, as we get Chewy the Rockruff. And to officially end the clusterfuck of rule breaks, I also forgot to have chat vote on a lead for the Opal fight, so I get a double punishment, which amounts to an eye patch and another normal rule. Encounters must be Generation 8 if possible. But as I hit the road, I received a gift from the gods. The gods being chat, as rule number 16 was re-rolled. My little baby's back! Oh, you sweet little dead-eyed bird, I missed you. Why did I miss you? You're so weird, but I love you. And you're real, and arguably in a lot more danger than before, but we're together again. The bird rule gets re-rolled to the next encounters on the party till it dies. But with my very real birds at my side, together, there's no rule that could stop us. Oh, wait, never mind. I immediately forget to apologize to Hop after I beat him. Complimented him though. The bag really completes the outfit. But at least we're together again, because this punishment, this one's a doozy.
Just want you to know, I'm doing this for the content. So please like, please subscribe, because I'm going through social anxiety. So the least you could do would be leave a comment, maybe share the video, maybe follow the Twitch, because I am suffering. Hey, Fish. Hey, sorry, I'm sorry you're not around, Recall. So something caught me the other week, and I wanted to check in. I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry, and that's all. I just felt I'd leave a message to just let you know just that I'm sorry, and I hope that we're cool. All right, big dog. Talk later. Please subscribe.
Well, speaking of never discussing that again, we got a new rule for the rival fight, to choose a king for the team. And you already know it's gonna be my boy BTS. Now, does this rule do anything mechanically? No. And I think that's kind of refreshing. Long live the king. As we hit the road, our possible encounters thin to only Generation 8 Pokemon, so Toxel will be on the team until she dies. We name her Evanescence, and yes, she immediately wakes up inside. We also catch Ed, Ed, and Eddie, who is going to be critical for the upcoming gyms. We also catch this precious little buttface, and we name him Tiddlywinks. I don't think we used him, but his name is Tiddlywinks, so he's in the video. And as we enter the ice gym, our next rule is another another chat encounter. We'll see how cheeky they're feeling. And I don't know what it is about this apology rule, but yes, I forgot it again. And well, now I'm really sorry. All right, Chewy, we barely knew ye. I miss when it was just biting onions and lemons. But through the gym challenge, we brute force as we step into the rink to face Melanie. And I can't help but to notice it, but there were very few Wooloos to chase around. I felt like that would have really livened up that drab atmosphere. But I digress. Can we defeat Ice Mommy? With 24 rules in the Nuzlocke and counting, I have some doubts. But out comes Ed, Ed, and Eddie, as chat voted on, who dodges an icy wind and scores the first KO. They also take out her this thing, and Bruno Mars handles her that thing, just as her ace descends. But I planned for this. I pivot into Mr. Chomples, as my chat wishes that they were that Pokeball, and Chomples' Water Absorb eats up her attack completely. I have never felt so lucky for getting the worst ability, as Bruno pops back in to tank the ice move, as one more pivot stalls out her Gigantamax. But we're not out of the woods yet. Mr. Chomples can't dish out enough damage, and Lapras is singing out like an attention-starved theater kid. Her show tunes put Chomples to sleep, and Invisible doesn't have the special bulk to withstand her surfs. Ed, Ed, and Eddie are our last hope, but switching into a Sing could end the run. And so in comes Sneck. Remember him? As a noble and very voluntary sacrifice, which allows the Ed boys to come in and use a boosted revenge, winning us the battle and the gym badge. And don't worry, this time I actually remembered. I'm sorry! I'm sorry that I beat you! I'm so sorry! Did I mention that I'm very, very sorry about beating you, Melanie? After saying sorry, Mommy, a polite Midwestern goodbye, and a very solemn funeral for Sneck, it was time for another difficult choice of who to Wonder Trade. And given the challenges we have coming, I decided to give Invisible a rest as I sent her to a world with far less rules. And we get... Nope, that's banned. Banned, banned. Above the level cap? Ah, that's perfect. We get Mrs. Fist. And chat takes pity on me as they switch out the mandatory apology rule to a different rule that inevitably is gonna screw me up multiple times. Saluting cats and ducks. We beat up Hop again, who you have to give credit to for perseverance. And our next rival fight rule is a doozy. No healing outside of Pokemon centers. Well, this marks a stark turn in the rules lock, as these rules are only gonna get more brutal or stupid. Oh boy. As per rule number 21, our next encounter is from the chat, and Cinderfay was feeling awfully freaking generous. So welcome, Pepper. Sure would be a shame if the rules were ever to ban you. That probably won't happen though. And speaking of the rules fucking my shit, while I was distracted by the weirdly predatory look from this swimmer, I made a critical error. I didn't speak in a pirate voice, and the punishment wheel apparently took great offense to that. I didn't talk in a pirate voice! It's always the goofy rules! The goofy rules will unmake me! Are you kidding me? And so yet another difficult choice looms, but the hardest fights still lay ahead, and I can't double up on water. You're gonna go live on the biggest farm that ever was, and you're gonna eat all of their chickens. Goodbye, Chompus. Farewell. I didn't use a pirate voice. Yo-ho. We hit the road, catching Benihana and Katnarok's cousin, Kipper. I also go to the wild area to catch this coughing. And if you're somehow keeping track of all these rules, you might say that's a Gen 1 Pokemon. And I present Exhibit A. Your Honor, I rest my case. Welcome to the team, Sir Toots, who absolutely crushes Marnie as we get our revenge on that dumb Nosferatu. And for that rival battle, we can no longer use TMs. And on the horizon lies the dystopian hot topic that Team Yell calls home. The 7th gym. And oh, what fresh hell is this? Chat specifically used points to get this back on the wheel. And so I battle my way through a sea of chain wallets and Invader Sim hoodies. No, I don't want to read your has-been hotel fan fiction. I just want to fight the gym leader. Who is in charge of this place? I need to talk to an adult. Please let me talk to an adult. Not... I don't think you count, Mr. Mime. I know Ash's mom thinks that you're an adult, but you need to get out of here, buddy. You don't run this place. Also, big surprise, I forgot to apologize. Now I have an eye patch. Cool fun. Yar me hearties. And following the trail of Homestuck merchandise, we make our way to the center of the mosh pit. So, it's time to battle Jack Skellington himself. But can we survive his disaffected angst? Chat voted to lead with Ed, Ed, and Eddie, but Piers' pants lizard is throwing pocket sand. So King BTS sends him packing. His Malamar is causing problems, but Sir Toots prevails by tooting. But then comes in his Gene Simmons weasel, and I fell right into his trap. I go for the quad effective attack, but Piers rocks me. No! The Ed boys fall. That is a bulky weasel. I bring in Evanescence, hoping to outrock him. But this weasel hates competition and throat chops away her vocal attacks. But we're not going under. Nothing can stop the power of Toots, as he takes out rock legend Gene Simmons by tooting. Boy Next Door comes in and puts an end to this battle of the bands, as Piers puts the rock in rock bottom. Also, for some reason, I'm sorry. Gotta hate that rule. We go on to hold a tearful funeral for the Eds. And once more, I need to make the difficult call of which of my team members must be wonder traded away.
Leave a message of remembrance for our stalwart soldier and gigantic horrifying myriapod, Bruno Mars. Our big, skittering, 3-meter-long friend. Don't get me started. You'll get me started. Does Bruno Mars is friend? Yes. Bruno Mars. Let me just take that silver powder real quick. This is not very Uptown Funk of us.
And so we say goodbye, Bruno Mars. And hello, Anderson .Paak. And like Silk Sonic, we slide our way on over to greatness. How about that weather, huh? But in an act of charity, chat swaps out the weather rule for something equally annoying.
Every time I enter a building, I need to spin.
Speaking of annoying rules, we compliment Leon.
Hi, Leon. I like your hat. As per the rules, I like it.
As we move on, we catch and evolve Snuffle. Anderson .Paak gets bigger, and EXO rejoins the party. Chat rerolls the TM ban to another tight ban. I'm glad Bruno got the hero's exit as opposed to this. Also, sorry Tiddlywinks, but they did forget to make you good anyway. And so the time has come for our final gym. An awfully big milestone, you might say. Oh no. Well, you're in, Benihana. May the blood god have mercy on our souls. Oh. Well, admittedly, that was a very rough start. Continues to get pretty crowded down here. All right, quick pivot, but then glory. The crowd roars as we enter our final gym challenge of the Rules Lock. 27 rules, 1 goal. Beat this weirdo up. I bring in Sir Toots so I can cancel out his Sandstorm Wolfie VGC style. And King BTS plays the perfect decoy as Flygon wastes a Thunder Punch into Boy Next Door. And Toots? Toots. I pivot out so Toots doesn't take a steel or ground attack. But apparently that means the Sandstorm just kinda starts now. Hooray, I'm learning so much about these mechanics. BTS pops in to tank some punishment while Boy Next Door takes Flygon out. Raihan sends in his uncircumcised Arbok, and BTS's HP is in the danger zone. The perfect decoy, as Boy Next Door clears the field, allowing BTS to KO his pretzel dog, and one final earthquake to make this a 2 versus 1. Raihan continues to be, like, way too intense, as his dragon grows into a building. Fine, sure. BTS protects and barely manages to hang on just when things are at their most critical. BTS is okay, it was a close call, but the king does king baby. I bring in Toots, thinking he's gonna go for another rockfall. Max Steel Spike, no, Toots! Oh no, they're going for Boy Next Door! Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I pivot to Evanescence, but Duraludon is hyper-focused on Boy Next Door as his Gigantamax ends. And Boy Next Door bodies one last crit as Evanescence wins us our final gym badge. Also, I'm like, sorry and stuff, and Milo is cooler than you. This Wonder Trade's kind of a no-brainer. I get rid of Benihana, and I get Nigel Thornberry. And our new unevolved teammate is this horrifying creature of the north. So welcome, Mr. Cold. And our final encounter in the wild area is Willem Dafoe. Chat swaps out the rule where I have to compliment Leon, and now I have to apologize for every super effective move ever. Cool. And I forgot to spin in a circle when I entered a building, so now I have to release a Boxmon. Sorry, Girls Gen, but you were banned anyway. And so we finally reach Winden, meaning all that's left is the Championship Cup. and like a lot of random other shit, but mostly the Championship Cup. And so I present the Omni Wheel. Oh boy. A collection of every rule on one wheel. And with 2 rival battles and 4 Championship Cup matches on the horizon. I think you know what's coming. Oh my god. And to top it all off, chat re-rolls the Pokemon Center rule. So that's gonna be 7 wheel spins. Heaven have mercy on our souls.
My life forever.
No! No! For the finale? For the ending?
Oh fiddlesticks. Oh fiddlesticks. The last type to be banned. Alright, we're gonna ban Mrs. Fist. So primary types are banned on dual types. Confusing, but it might be good. Yes, this is actually one helpful rule. So now I just have to say nom nom when I see food Pokemon? Alright, I can deal with that. That's fine. Come on. Just having a tiny little mental breakdown as we play Rainbow Road. It's a normal day. It's a normal day.
I trade out Mrs. Fist and get lucky. Bitcoin may very well save this run. And after 5 more hours of grinding to accommodate for the new rules, I step up to the Championship Cup. And chat swapped another rule, starting to think I gave them too much power. And while it's heartwarming that they swapped out the swearing rule so I could express my emotions, they fucked me. No.
Every time I think I'm ready to get in there.
Can you tell I've been dreading this rule? This is the Messiah. Squavit the Holy Symbol may never evolve, leave the party, nor even die. Forever limiting me to a team of 5 Pokemon and 1 Squirrel. Just before the Championship Cup. But I didn't get this far to let the rules stop me now. So with a dwindling box of Pokemon, an inability to use the primary stab moves of dual types, and my new best friend, Squavit, I step into the Championship Cup dressed like a total dweeb. Ready to follow the rules or die trying? As per rule number 4, chat voted for Evanescence to lead. And according to rule number 33, super effective moves are banned on the first round of combat. So Evanescence goes for an encore to trap Leopard. And Pinchy Pal starts pinching. And then comes her ace. A big, hairy Gundam. I don't know why, but I think this thing's cool. But nothing can stop the power of Toots, who stalls out this Pantene Pro Vampire and defeats Barney once and for all. And according to rule number 26, I'm sorry. But according to rule number 17, not sorry enough, because I forgot to apologize for each super effective move. Next video, we're doing something simpler, okay? All right, what's my punishment? Oh, cool. All right, just load them on. Oh my god, so now I can't have more Pokemon than the bosses ahead. At this point, fine. Next up, we face Hop. And according to rule number 2, I'm so proud of you for getting this far. And with the power of Anderson Paak, we destroy Hop. Apologizing all the way. But I messed up by using a stab move of Paak's primary typing, breaking rule number 24, which is modified by rule number 30. And if that sounds confusing, it's only because it is. But I do get off light with a punishment. All that stuff I said about Team Yell earlier, apparently I was lying. But with the semifinals won, we're ready for the big time. Right after some hide-and-seek bullshit. And fighting Rose's evil science witch, so I can see Leon and Rose have a conversation that brings us nowhere. Oh my god, Generation 8. And yes, I did forget an apology. And yes, I did forget to say nom nom when I saw Serena, who is a food Pokemon, I guess. And yes, I did have to delete Screech on Kipper, and yes, I had to wear oven mitts. Can we please just go to the finals? Wait, hang on, I gotta tell everyone that Milo's cooler than them.
Everybody in this room that isn't Milo, look at Milo. Look at how beautiful this man is. Look, he doesn't need a nose. He doesn't need a nose to be 1,000,000 times better than you. He's a mouth breather and still better. Do you have any wooloos? I bet you don't. I bet you freaking don't.
Also, chat switches out the rule limiting my team size. And now I need to open every single match with the same Pokemon. Oh god. So I guess no more voting on the opener. And so we enter the arena for a finale with far too many rules. It's time for our first match against Pride Flag Bead. I think the best thing I can do as an ally is crush them with my full strength. And our opener from here on is Bitcoin, who cuts Bead's attack with a Will-O-Wisp, letting Pinchy Pal set up for a vicious sweep that I'm so sorry about. Wait, did I win that without breaking a rule? Wait, crap nuggets, when I changed Bitcoin to a fire type, its moves went out of alphabetical order. All right, one more onion bite, then the next fight. Nessa approaches. And don't worry, I remembered rule number 13. Well, time to embarrass myself.
Well, if it isn't Nessa. You're gonna have to walk the plank. Oh yes, you're in for a right swashbuckling. I'm gonna have to get rid of the hook if I'm gonna do this whole fight.
But Nessa's not going to Davy Jones' locker without a fight, and her opener is a huge threat. I immediately pivot from Bitcoin to Evanescence, who breaks out in a sea shanty, trapping Golisopod into using First Impression, which only works on the first turn of combat, giving us precious time to stop her. Now, Golisopod's ability makes it tricky, because it automatically switches out when below half health, unless there's a certain gassy scallywag that could cancel its ability and then fire the cannons. But Nessa's no landlubber, and our teams lock swords. And from the briny deep comes her final Pokemon, who could sink the whole run if I'm not careful. Also, the neck is weird. Could we talk about the neck for a second? And so I send in the Messiah, who valiantly dies for our sins, allowing Pinchy Pal to stall the final 2 turns with Dig, barely tanking a rock fall, as Anderson Pack gives old Turtlebeard the black spot. Did I beat that one without breaking any rules? Oh, nope. I forgot super effective apologies in for the match apology.
I was so busy doing a pirate voice, I was really in character. Pirates don't say sorry.
My punishments are deleting a move and releasing a box Pokemon, so sadly Pepper moves on to a better place. We hold a brief service for the Messiah's passing, but unfortunately he's still on the team. The double-edged sword of this rule is no matter how many times Squavit dies, he is risen once more. Doesn't even wait 3 days to respawn. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot more of him down here by the end of this playthrough. Alright, let's get ready for the second half. And against Crowley, I'm going for the good old-fashioned Pinchy sweep. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. And I actually beat that one without breaking any rules. It's sad that I'm proud of that, but I am. And so it's time for the semi-final battle of the Championship Cup. And the team rallies together to take down Raihan and his weather-abusing jerks. Thank God I don't have to talk about the weather anymore. And once his giant building monster hits the scene, somebody's gonna have to die for our sins again.
Do your G-Max depletion, see how far that gets you. Messiah tanked! Messiah tanked! And let's dig! We're digging! Okay, we're not gonna be, okay, well, the dig would have been nice.
And yes, I will continue to exploit this loophole. I bring in BTS for a quick pivot back to Boy Next Door, who tanks the hit and with an earthquake finishes off our final Sword of Elite Four member. And yes, of course, I forgot to apologize for a super effective move. I need you to know that it's tough to remember this every time. We hold yet another brief funeral for the Messiah.
Here, we later copy, paste. Dearly departed and then resurrected, may a big, beautiful berry tree grow from where your second dead body now rests in the loamy soil beneath. Rest in peace. Except, don't.
And as for our punishment, I have to compliment Leon.
All right, Leon. You know, Leon, I say a lot of negative things about you, and I might continue to do that. But at the very least, you do your job. You get out there and you stop the Dynamaxing Pokemon. Cynthia, I had to fight Satan while Cynthia watched. So as much as a lot of this doesn't work for me, I have to say, I respect you, Leon. I am gonna kick your ass, but not now because of how the story is organized.
Now, before I compliment Leon too much, he did leave Chairman Rose alone to his doomsday plot. That might have been a bad idea.
Oh, it's the guy that we knew was evil and is still evil. It's time that I usher in the apocalypse. NBD. Here's all my glass tubes filled with apocalypse energy because in 1,000 years, we're gonna have to worry about power. So whoopsie tootsie, I think that we should start investing more in AI.
And so with every adult mysteriously not available to help, it's time to take down Poke Bezos. And Bitcoin and Boy Next Door handle his steel types expertly. The Messiah comes in to, guess what? Die for our sins again. And with a Focus Sash, I waste 2 of Kaparaja's Gigantamax turns, letting BTS protect and tank his final attack. It was starting to look like I had this fight in the bag. But hey, have you ever goofed? Like real bad?
I did.
I was under the assumption that Cramorant was a bulky bastard. I don't know where I got that information. The strong stance? The eyes? I don't know. He eats Pikachu. I just thought he was bulky. Do you want to know how much physical defense Cramorant has? 50.
Maybe, I don't think he's gonna kill me with a Zen Headbutt, so why don't I see what he's going to do by scalding him. Let's go. Scald? Come on, get that burn. Get that burn. Zen Headbutt, I knew it. Okay. So if you're going for that headbutt, BTS! No! No, BTS? Oh no, our king!
My blank-eyed baby boy. After all we've been through, after all those rules, how did I not realize you were made of glass? You just tanked so many physical hits like a champ that I forgot it was your special defense that was actually 95. I don't know what to say. Except, I'm sorry. But there's still a plot full of holes to face before our rules lock comes to an end. So we take down Rose, and Boy Next Door takes on the mantle of king. Chad also swaps out the rule that makes us open with Rotom, and the new rule is I have to knock out a Pokemon before I get the opportunity to switch. Awesome. But I haven't let the rules stop me yet. I've stopped me a lot, but I haven't let the rules do it. And so it's time for Big Boss Bowser. Because apparently Eternatus wasn't cool with giving everybody free electricity forever. Go figure. And since apparently Leon was out of Ultra Balls, Jesus Christ, my dude, it falls to us. An extra-dimensional Shadow God has been released. So I send out Nigel Thornberry. Go get him, PogChamp. Now you might think this is a dumb move and you're only partially correct. Because all I need to do is tank one hit with the Focus Sash and unleash a Leech Seed. Cross poison? Just don't poison me. Don't poison me, bro. And it doesn't even matter! We tank it! Get the Leech Seed. Eternatus avoided Leech Seed! It can miss! How about that 90 accuracy? Alright, so we pivot. So hard. Well, crap nuggets. I bring in Bitcoin who lands a clutch Will-O-Wisp. But fueled by muscle memory, I break a rule by switching out to the Messiah before I had a KO. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. So, I think we all know what happened to the Messiah. And it's all gonna come down to Anderson .Paak. And after a long and terrifying stall match, Paak manages to leave the door open as Eternatus falls before his magnificent musical stylings. Oh my god, the run almost ended right there. Eternatus explodes into magical space farts, assuming its final form for the epic conclusion. But at this point, it's actually pretty chill, because your magical Elder God dog best friend comes in to carry you. Honestly, after everything we've been through, I'll take it. This is epic as hell, man. I gotta say, I mean, I got my complaints about this game, but this is dope. I think we can agree that this is just dope. The God dogs show up, and they just, like, duke it out with Master Hand. That's dope, right? I feel like this is unequivocally dope. All right, when did you get here? Nigel, just desperate to live. And hard carried by box art legendaries, we take down Master Hand, leaving him vulnerable. And I have to say, looking at all these rules, I don't see anything in here that says that a dog can't play basketball. Well, don't mind if I do. And so we put an end to Rose's inconsistent yet insanely dangerous plot. Praise Bug Jesus. Alright, what rules did I break? Aside from switching out before I had a KO, since the latest rule swap got rid of the Rotom opener rule, rule number 4 would become viable again. And I forgot to have chat vote for the lead. Admittedly, I was distracted trying to survive. At least we remember Nigel's funeral. Alright, spin the wheel. My first punishment is to part my hair the wrong direction for the finale. And I have to add yet another rule. So now no two Pokemon can be the same color. And with this game's strongest trainer on the horizon, I find myself with a difficult call. Looking at Leon's team compared to mine, I have an immense weakness to ground, which half his team has access to. Bitcoin does have Levitate, and Boy Next Door is pretty strong, but they've got limits. Also, Squavit is here. And on top of all that, losing access to the primary stab attacks. Now, Eternatus, being Eternatus, could definitely turn the tides. I could still get wrecked by ground types, but I'd have a better shot. But there's a problem. They share a color with Evanescence, who according to rule number 16 can only leave the party if she dies. I shudder at the possibilities. Could I really be so ruthless in my following of the rules that I would sacrifice the life of a member that's been with me through thick and thin for a better chance to win? There's gotta be a better way. Wait, that's right. Crime! I've already broken the rules 30 times! Unintentionally, well that's embarrassing still. But for one fight, as long as I accept the punishment, I'm above board. And so I intentionally break one rule to save Evanescence's life and also win, accepting what the Wheel of Punishment deals out. Another rule, which bans Gen 1 Pokemon. Well, I guess I got rid of Pepper anyway, and I need to call them overrated when I see them. So with the trade made, our rules lock comes to an end one way or another. An awfully big milestone, you might say. And for this final rule, if I lose to Leon, I will shave my real-life actual beard in Leon's heinous style. Heaven have mercy on my goatee. And so it all ends here. The rules we followed, the rules we broken. So I have one final question. If Leon is undefeated, why does he not know what type matchups are? This man? Through! I fully admit that I underestimated how hella broken Eternatus was. But this man straight up skipped over the stab earthquake from Rhyperior.
Stone Edge? Why wouldn't you? And you misses. Why wouldn't you use Earthquake? That's the good one.
And instead of high horsepower, he used a grass move?
Flamethrower takes. Oh, Rillaboom's up. High horsepower? You're not using high horsepower. You're not using any of the super effective moves. I'm a poison type. I'm sorry about the flamethrower.
Leon, there is a possibility that the long sequence I just went through of trying to convince myself to break the law and finding loopholes was maybe a little unnecessary. Chat even voted to open Eternatus. Probably won't use him next time. I unceremoniously crushed Leon into the dirt. Also, his Charizard is overrated. I am actually so sorry. But you know what? I'm adding another rule. A win is a win. And after all the suffering, the punishments, the labyrinthian interactions of rules, the death by 1,000 goofy cuts, I had a blast. And I hope you did too, as we've reached the end of this Nuzlocke with far too many rules. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed or liked the video, make sure to. These videos take an insane amount of time to edit, and it really supports me. Follow the Twitch, that's where this whole crazy adventure happened, and I got plenty more on the way. Check out the VOD channel on YouTube. There's literally so much I didn't have time to put in here. And if you're looking for a lovely community and the quickest updates on me, check out the Discord. Thanks again to my wonderful community, and I'll see you next time.